Now, personally, I found Mothers in the summer of 2018 in an interesting way. Their current record label, Anti Records, in 2009 was home to another band I love by the name of Dead Man's Bones. And yes, that is Ryan Gosling. Don't worry, come Halloween, they're getting a video too. I will explain all. Y'all care for a good Halloween story? Because I got one for you. Once upon a time, not too long ago, two young lads had a lunch. And in this lunch, they started discussing their deep interest in paranormal activity. They started discussing how it affected them in their childhood, going through their adolescence, and then wanting to depict those feelings, but with a little bit more of a lighthearted sense. It was then they began writing a play about monsters and ghosts falling in love. Ryan Gosling and Zach Shields began writing this play, wanting to absolutely go crazy with their mad ideas, depict exactly how they felt with their paranormal experiences, and take it in a different direction with a little bit of a love story. It was then that they realized that the finances weren't going to be there for the project that they wanted to sorely do. So instead of scrapping the idea entirely, they created an album. An album taking two things that are normally horrifically depicted and making them fall in love with one another. Taking the widely appreciated 50s and 60s doo-wop style and making it spooky. Before singing on the big screen as Ken and Barbie, Ryan Gosling was singing alongside Zach Shields in the Silver Lake Conservatory Children's Choir on what I would consider my favorite album to listen to every year on Halloween. And we're going to be listening to it in full today. This is Dead Man's Bones. Happy Halloween.
My suitcase is packed with all your heartbeats, so I walk to their sound and head towards the sun, so my shadow will cover the tears on the ground. I'm moving away from the place where you took your last breath, to find you, my love, in the magic of life after death.
I always love the intro because it really sets the mood for what's to come with the record, but inherently pretty creepy, I'm not gonna lie. And that intro goes straight into Dead Hearts, which I will, without hesitation, say is in my top 3 songs on this record. Just incredible vocal work here. Just very desolate and quiet. I love this record. I will be singing during this video, I'm sorry, in advance. Whistling by mine. Welcome to a place where no one dares. Also, just such a cool build-up. Oh my god. I love this so much. such a cool song, man. Oh my god. Never leave this floor. Zach Shields. I'll speak in a moment. I'll let the song live. As this goes into the next portion, I was going to say that Zach Shields, while Ryan Gosling is the, big pull from this record, Zach Shields has one of my favorite vocal performances in a while on this record. It's really, really refreshing how he just does these incredible things with his voice to further enhance the spoopy vibe, if you will. So, incredible work by him. And just the atmosphere that this song has on display is so cool, so cool. Just a really, really dope start to Dead Man's Bones. We're going to pause it right here before we get into our next track to just, take in what we just heard and what we're about to get into, because I think this is without a doubt one of my favorite records to listen to in the spooky season, if you will, because it is just an incredible display of that vibe. I think Ryan Gosling, Zach Shields, and the Silver Lake, yes, the Silver Lake Conservatory of Children's Choir of Music, Children's Choir. I just butchered the crap out of that title, but Silver Lake Children's Choir for now. Y'all absolutely bodied this project, and we're about to get into In the Room Where You Sleep, which I would arguably say is probably one of the more recognizable songs, being that it was placed in The Conjuring, the famous Conjuring 2013, one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and that was my introduction into this, and then looked into Dead Man's Bones and was like, is that fucking Ryan Gosling? And you bet your ass it was Ryan Gosling. And I don't know, man. I've loved the record ever since. That was 2013. So yeah, I think I was rewatching The Conjuring in like 2015, 2016, and I was like, I like that song. I've always liked that song every time I watch this movie. Let me get into who that is, because I thought it was going to be like 1970s type vibe. Nope. 2009, Dead Man's Bones. Is that Ryan Gosling on the cover? It is. And now we're here, and we're going to get into the rest of the record. I really do love that song. Dead Hearts is probably my favorite song on this record, with the exception of the very last song on the record. We'll get to that when we get to that, but let's continue with In the Room Where You Sleep. Easily probably the grooviest song on the entire record. I would say, yeah, for sure. This shit just comes out of nowhere.
Sitting on your bed,
I saw something touching your head in the room where you sleep, the room where you sleep, where you sleep.
something sitting on your bed. I saw something touching your head in the room where you sleep, in the room where you sleep, where you sleep, where you sleep,
God, I absolutely love Ryan Gosling's voice. He on this record did a really cool thing of taking like the doo-wop-y sound in the documentary that followed them for their tour of this album, a very, very short-lived tour. He described the album's genre as spooky doo-wop, which, you know, doo-wop is the likes of Buddy Holly and James Brown and all those guys back in the early 50s going into the 60s. And he takes in like Elvis and all those guys. And I say Elvis poignantly because I would say Ryan Gosling kind of embodies Elvis's voice in that era, that early 50s Elvis where he's like, oh, baby, oh, like that kind of stuff. Super cool. Also, one of my favorite highlights of this album is the production. I believe I read this not too long ago where Ryan and Zach made a very poignant decision of being very selective of what instruments they were going to use. They refrained from many electronic instruments. Like, they refrained from using electric guitar, was like only acoustic, wanted live drums, a lot of live piano, a lot of live organ to further enhance the spooky vibe. And I think it worked. And just how they recorded, like the piano on here is so distant. The choir, I mean, makes the project. I can't even lie to you. They make the project.
there's a town when women and kids are asleep. The wolves there in the skin of the sheep. So loud, the windows and doors. The devil's come for you and
But they drowned a little too.
like a lamb to its slaughter, buried in water,
I love this song.
buried in water.
A very continuous theme that will continuously happen throughout this record is the lyrics being very, very descriptive of the scene and, you know, describing the setting. Because I think the aspect of this being that it was going to be a play, I think the visual aspect of it had to kind of be represented just in song, and they did a brilliant adaptation of what that play would have looked like and just infused it into their lyrics. It's really cool. They drowned a little too. Moving into our next song, which is another favorite. Oh, I love this song so much, dude. Gosh darn it, let me tell you about My Body's a Zombie for You. I think it's my favorite Ryan Gosling vocal performance on the entire album. Like, the pairing of those two entities, the children's choir and his like deep register doo-woppy voice. It works so well. It works so goddamn well.
from the blood in your neck. How can I hold my soul from the lands unknown so I can play the strings of your blood? B-I-E, zombie, I'm Z-O-M, B-I-E, zombie, I'm Z-O-M, B-I-E, Alright, let me joke. Oh, yeah, man, this one's a fun one. B-I-E, E-I-E, E-I-E. Yeah, man, I love My Body's a Zombie for You. That's one of my favorites. I think it will always end up being my favorite because Ryan's vocal performance on that is so awesome. Love it. The children probably had the most fun recording that. It just comes off that way. I mean, My Body's a Zombie for You, just so fun. Yeah, man, great record. Going into another fantastic record. I think this is statistically the most popular song of Dead Man's Bones. Papa Power is just so catchy. Burn the streets, burn the cars, Papa Power, Papa Power. I love the kids. So cool, dude. Fucking A. We won't destroy you, no, we will not destroy you. Burn the streets, burn the cars, Papa Power, Papa Power. Broken lives, broken hearts, Papa Power, Papa Power. It's interesting because I think this song is like kind of like the best explanation of sometimes the lyrics make zero sense to me. Like, in the grand scheme of everything, like, sometimes Puppa Power just sounds like they're just jamming, having a good time, talking about destruction of cars and burning the streets and having power. It's an interesting juxtaposition to, you know, My Body's a Zombie for You, the song prior, where that is primarily talking about, you know, literally having so much love for someone that you're just like, yeah, my body, like, I am just so programmed to please you because I love you that much. It's an interesting, I love my zombie slash monster slash ghost, whatever the title is, so much that I'm giving up my body, and then going into Puppa Power, where it's just kind of like a repeat of the same chorus, and I don't know what it means, but I love the song nonetheless. And I'm going to pause before we get into our next song because I have a very, 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 like, very close connection to this song. And it's a very long, drawn out record in that, like, its length is pretty, like, it's a 3-minute jam, but, like, it's such an intoxicating 3 minutes to the point where it feels like it's 7 minutes. It's so interesting. I mean, one of my favorite build-ups to really, really a great resolve of every instrument that's present in the front half of this record, and just kind of builds into one complete moment. It's so good. And I have a funny story about it. I used to work for a landscaping job, like, my sophomore year of college. My sophomore year of college, 2017. And I was just trying to get some money that summer. And I had a coworker, and he would often, you know, smoke weed while we were on the job. And I was like, no kidding, you get high right now? He's like, bruh, it's the best way to get through the day. And I was like, I feel like you're right. And I was like, fuck it. Let's get high. Fuck it. Let's get through the day. Because those days, and I live in Georgia, it's hot, just sweaty to the gills. It was just not it. But we smoked that day, and we went to this one yard that had a lake in the backyard, cool little driveway. Lawn was fairly big, and we were running a little bit behind, so me and my other coworkers started, you know, really snapping on the job, and I was in charge of cutting the front lawn. And I was very high, like dangerously high, and this song came on, and it stopped me in my tracks. It was one of the more euphoric feelings I've ever experienced in my life, where I'm just sitting or standing in the middle of the lawn just going like, what am I listening to? Like I was literally SpongeBob ascending into the graces of God's hand, just hearing everything happening in this song and compartmentalizing each and every little layer of it and being like, oh, that's building to this and this, and just not doing my job. Just falling in love with Young and Tragic, which is our next song. So let's get into Young and Tragic, Dead Man's Bones. Starts off so quiet too. I love it. Also, that like ad lib of like, ooh, it pops in a couple times, and I think it's Zach doing it. I can't really pinpoint. It's so cool. I love it so much. It's a very nice touch on a lot of the songs. This build up. I like this one. It sounds like a pan drum. That's the funny part. I don't think they used one, but so cool. It's a very nice touch. Very subtle. That's a lot of what happens on this record instrumentally. It's just like a lot of subtle, small touches that really complete it. Love it. Kids put their fucking... Never mind. I was gonna say something so weird. I almost said ghost pussy. Those kids put their ghost pussy into this song. That would not age well. Going into our next song. Paper Ships. I like this song. It's not my favorite, but I like this song.
To find a solid grave. And pirates never love the way that I do. You never said enough.
always love the cello here.
Until my hands grow weak. I'll be
Such a nice touch. Ugh. That's another fun one. I love the fact that it builds on itself. It's very bare bones in the beginning, and then you add your acoustic, and then going into the next few choruses and bridges, you're adding, more layers to, fully develop the song and kind of, portray the feeling that the lyrics are already giving from jump. So, getting to specific points and thinking you already know what's going to come. And you kind of do lyrically, but they just add one more thing as it keeps going. And that last part where they add the cello in what I would call the pre-chorus before the main chorus, it's just like a doo. It's just like very droney, and gosh, man, I love the instrumentation that is present on this record, because a part of, that unspoken rule of like staying away from like mostly electronic instruments, they incorporated a lot of, acoustic sounding music, but also keeping in, mistakes. I think that was a part of the process, that they were just like one take Jake. Very few takes. Like, I think most of these are one take, and they were just like, if we have to do another take, it's fine, but like let's be very limited in how many takes we do on a song, because we're not aiming for perfection, we're aiming for feeling. And I think that the record thus far, going into the 9th song with 3 more songs left, it's kind of like very, very evident that they knew the vibe that they had to achieve, and I think they did it. It's so good. I love this record. It's so fun, and we're not even halfway done, and I'm already, talking about how much I love it. So let's continue with another one of my favorite songs on here, and also another highlight for Ryan Gosling on a vocal performance level. Just really got into on this song, and I love this instrumental. So let's get into it. Lose Your Soul. I'm all for percussion being human beings. I love clapping. This is so cool. And then, just like incorporating drums on top of it just makes it so much cooler. Subdivide. Oh, that subdivision part is so cool. Boom, boom.
You're gonna lose your soul tonight. You're gonna lose your soul. You're gonna lose your soul tonight, tonight. Oh, you're gonna lose control tonight. You're gonna lose control. You're gonna lose control tonight.
My favorite chorus from the children's choir, they bodied that. I love it too. I get up to the feeling of the beat of the drum. It's just hard, man. I love it.
Oh,
and you can hear the imperfections, but the imperfections make it so cool. It's so good. That switch up is one of my favorites. Just so sudden and perfect.
Lose your soul tonight. You're gonna lose your soul. You're gonna lose your soul tonight. Oh, you're gonna lose control tonight. You're gonna lose control. You're gonna lose control tonight.
Love the high-pitched and slightly out-of-tune piano work on this record. Werewolf Heart being one of my favorite uses of it. This is my favorite instrumental for sure. So cool. Like, I can see someone rapping over this, honestly. But Zach Shields does it very justice.
You look nice in your grave. I smile at the blue, death is on my face. And if you wait too long, then you'll never see the dawn again.
My skull is full of
Sunken ships.
My heart's a prisoner to my ribs.
With flesh and bones, we were all alone.
But together, forever, we'll live.
This right here, one of my favorite moments. Yeah.
There's gold in my heart, but the winds took my sails to the dark. And if you wait too long, then you'll never see the silk again.
He filled my heart. I did my best. But without the sun, I'm only shadows in a dress. 'Cause if the full moon comes, our love is done. So forever towards dawn, we ride.
Very cool. going into a very, very fun track.
Dig a hole
Self-titled.
in the middle of the street.
Dig 'em down 6 feet deep. You should know what's really going down below. Dressed in the best clothes, there are rows and rows and rows
Of dead man bones. I'm talking about dead man's bones.
Wherever you go, take a look at your feet and down 6 feet deep. There's dead man's bones, 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 bones. This shit is so fun, dude. I love this song.
You should know what's really going down. Dressed in their best clothes. There are rows and rows and rows.
Like when he does it like that, it just has such a fun resolve at the end. It's like a glider on like a, I don't know, like a synth. Like it's like he's going. I love that shit. As a listener, I don't think there's anything more pleasing than that to the ear. Right back to it. So cool. Ryan's singing his ass off, boy. Dude, love that from him. Oh, we're going into our final fucking song of the record, y'all. This has been so fun. I love this album very much, and I wanted to forever do a video on it, but like there's not much to say about the record other than it's just fun as fuck and very in the season and very in the theme of being, you know, spooky doo-wop. And I love it for just existing naturally and very whole as just, you know, trying to tell a story of monsters, werewolves, ghosts, and all of the above, just having their love story and their existence past regular life romance. And I think that's such a cool concept. And I praise Ryan and Zach for taking on the brain power to manifest such a thing and not be able to do it to its fullest potential by not doing the play, but, you know, not letting that stop them from creating something, and they created a really, really cool album. So shout out to the both of those dudes. They're incredible. And we're gonna get into our very, very final track of Dead Man's Bones. Gosh, I love Flowers Grow Out of My Grave. It has quickly become one of my favorites off this record over the past 6 or 7 years that I've listened to it, because it just really, it touches me on some level. Like it features what I would call a poem from Ryan in the front half that just kind of like exists over this like really slowly growing instrumental that almost emulates a sunrise to me. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. And I hope when you hear it in the next few seconds that it kind of sounds like that to you too, or it might sound like something very similar, because it sounds like something, and it's very pleasant. And the chorus afterwards from the kids, man, just one of my favorites on this record, and it kind of is just the perfect punctuation mark on a really cool album. And yeah, Flowers Grow Out of My Grave, and that is going to do the record. So thank you for listening to the album with me if you got this far. Just kind of chilling, Halloween introvert. Wow, I said introspect. Just Halloween introvert hours, So having a good time listening to Dead Man's Bones. Let's get into the last record, Flowers Grow Out of My Grave.
I was floating above my bed like a body in a river, in a car. And the only sound in my head was a dying cricket in a jar. And I saw little beams of light come into the bedroom from underneath the door. And they crawled under my sheets.
I love that little part. Because it sounds like it belongs in My Body's a Zombie for You. So a little callback. Love that. When I think about you, when I think about you, when I think about you, flowers grow out of my grave, 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 flowers. Such a cool moment. I just know this was a hoot and a half to record. Good ass time, probably. What a fun record, man. What a fun, beautiful, spooky ass record.